Pow, pow, pow. Who wrote the Bible? God or humans?
So, the Bible. The Holy Bible. Yes, the Holy Bible. The Word of God. You've seen it. Your pastor talks about it. You may have even read some of it. But where did it come from? Did God just decide one day to self-publish an autobiography? Conjured the whole thing out of thin air and sent it to Earth to bless all humanity?
Heads up!
Ooh, leatherette. Or was the Bible written by humans, who tried their best to guess at what God would want to say?
2 chickens does not equal that of a hamster. Thus saith the Lord. No. God wouldn't say that. What about a marmot?
Christians believe that the Bible is inspired by God. But what does that mean? If you look at the meaning of the word inspired, first you have in, which means in.
Really?
And spire, which means to breathe. So, inspired by God essentially means to be breathed into by God.
That's weird.
So, basically, what happened is, a long time ago, a bunch of people were chosen by God to be breathed into, or inspired with God's message. In the Old Testament, these people were called prophets. The people who shared the good news of Jesus were called apostles. And these people went all over exclaiming God's message. And the things they were saying was some really amazing stuff. At some point, it crossed someone's mind that all of this stuff these inspired people were talking about should be written down. So they did. They started carefully writing all of this stuff down and refining and editing and transcribing all of it over several hundred years until they had a massive pile of this really amazing stuff. Whew. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. You see, there wasn't just one person writing this stuff down. And while most of it was truly inspired, some of it was, well, not so inspired.
And the cantaloupe shall be cast aside lest you be consumed by your own armpits.
This left the young church with a big problem. How would they sort out all of the inspired stuff from the not-so-inspired stuff? This is how the process of biblical canonization came into existence. What is canonization, you may ask?
Canon a what?
Well, that's where they took a wall.
Okay.
And a lot of glue, and they put the glue on the wall, then they took all the writings and stuffed them into a cannon and shot the cannon at the wall. And everything that stuck to the wall went into the Bible.
Really?
No. Canonization was a process guided by God in which church councils were formed to decide what writings were truly inspired by God. These councils prayerfully researched and analyzed and sifted through the early Christian writings using specific tests and definitions to establish their credibility. So they would ask important questions like, is this writing actually being used by the Christian community? Another key question they'd ask is, was this written by an apostle? Or a close associate of an apostle? Or Aunt Gertrude's son-in-law's stepsister's cousin? These kinds of tests and definitions helped to establish what books were a true witness to an active, moving God and the life of Jesus Christ, and should be included in what we now know as the Bible. The Holy Bible. Written by humans, inspired by God. Sweet.
Whoa!